Hi, I'm Isaac and you're watching Isaac's Bushcraft and Survival. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to forage, cook, and prepare one of many wild edible plants you can find out in the woods. So let's get started. So the type of mushrooms we are going to be looking for today are golden oyster mushrooms. They grow in about 50, 60 degree weather, somewhere around there where it's kind of moist. But the best place to find them is actually like right over here along these dead trees here. I'm gonna walk up to them and see if I can find any. We also are looking for ones that are a bit younger. That way they're not as old and rotten. 'Cause as you can see, like these ones here, you could technically maybe use them, but as you can see, they're starting to crack because the moisture is leaving. They're getting old. So these are not good to consume very well. I mean, you could consume them in a survival situation, but they won't taste very good. And they're pretty dry. Like the gills are really a lot more dry. I'm gonna look all along this tree here. See, those are old ones too. They're none up over that way, so I'm just gonna keep looking around and see. Actually, there might be some right over here. Oh yeah, I found some. So these are some of the mushrooms we're looking for. As you can see, I mean, there are a few little wrinkle spots on them. I'm gonna rip a few or cut a few off here with my knife. These ones, as you can see, aren't in too bad a condition. This one's a little bit drier here. The gills are drier, but the top's not too bad. This bottom one's not too bad actually. I think it's because it's lower to the ground, it stays a little bit more moist. They smell delicious. But yeah, these are golden oyster mushrooms. Also, to be able to tell the difference between like the edible golden oyster, there's only one other plant or one other mushroom that looks similar, and it's called the jack-o'-lantern mushroom. But the key differences are the fact that the gills in jack-o'-lantern mushrooms are bright orange. These are more of ivory white, and the tops are bright pumpkin orange on jack-o'-lantern mushrooms. These on golden oysters, they're usually more of a sunny color, like these. The gills are also a little bit different. On jack-o'-lantern mushrooms, they're a little bit more brittle, and like I said, they're bright orange. So that's the key way to tell the difference between those. And these also go down along the entire stem here. So that's one way to check to make sure that you have golden oyster mushrooms and not jack-o'-lantern mushrooms. Also, jack-o'-lantern mushrooms will glow in the dark, so you'd be able to tell the difference, especially at night, because they can actually glow a little bit. But they are highly poisonous. They'll make you vomit, and they could potentially be deadly. So just be careful when you're mushroom foraging. Like I said, always do your own research, because don't just go by what I say or what you say. Don't go by what I say or just by what you see here. Like I said, look up the mushrooms, do your own research, identify them correctly, because you don't want to eat any poisonous ones. So that's just a pre-warning I have before you try to consume any mushrooms in general. Just be careful before you consume them, because you don't want to consume poisonous ones. So I'm going to collect a few more of these, and then I'm going to get ready to cook them. Okay, so I've collected all my mushrooms here. Now I'm just going to get ready to start our fire and to get them cooking. Okay, so we got our pan here, our cast iron pan all oiled up. We're just gonna put it in the hot coals here. Try to get as flat as possible. Cheapers, it's hot. It's hot. And then we're just gonna let it heat up a bit. We're gonna basically, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get some water. And the way we can test to make sure that this is good temperature is we'll spritz a little water on it. If it sizzles, then it's about ready. I'm gonna take some of my mushrooms and cut them up and put them in after a bit here. I'm gonna check the temp. Not ready yet. I push some of these coals over to the fire or over to the pan there because they're hotter. They'll help get going better. Oh, I got a little bit of ash in my pan. Oh, not a huge deal. Happens when you're cooking out in the woods. I'm gonna test and see. Oh, okay. Now, as you can see or hear, it's sizzling. So it means it's about time for us to get our mushrooms in. I kind of got to put them in from a far away height because it is hot. I'm gonna keep breaking up a few more of these, putting them in, doing the same thing. I usually put in most of the tops because the stems, I mean, the stems can be cooked, but if they're tough, they get a little too woody and then they won't cook very well. So, I mean, it depends on what you want to add to yours. I mean, like I said, these stems get too tough and woody. What I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna add a little bit more oil so that way they don't burn. And then what I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna add a little bit, just not a ton, but just a little bit of garlic powder. That made it smell good. And some salt. And I'll be back with you when these are done cooking. And the way you can tell when these are done is when they are golden brown, or at least try to get them golden brown. It's not easy because with cooking over a fire, it's not like cooking over a stove at home to where you can get them nice and golden and perfect. Some of them might be golden while others might be a little bit more soggy. It just kind of depends. But anyway, what I'm using as a homemade or a wild pot holder is just a few leaves of burdock. Hopefully they work. Ooh, that's hot. Still kind of hot, even if I have those. I'm gonna have to find a way to scrape these out and see if I can find a way to hold it. Ah, that's hot. Maybe I'll just have to use a stick or something. Ah, this thing's hot. But either way, I'm gonna try and find a way to hold this. Ah, not easy. Oop, almost slipped. Okay, ooh, careful. Okay, so as you can see, sorry, I'm trying to do the best I can to show you here. It's not easy, this pan is hot. But we got our mushrooms cooked. I'm just gonna set my pan aside here. And yes, you're probably wondering, is this rock clean? Yes, I cleaned it. So here's my plate of wild mushrooms that I'm gonna enjoy. As you can see, they're kind of golden brown. It's kind of hard to tell on camera. But yeah, no, they're pretty well done here. Gonna try some in a few minutes here. I'll probably add a little bit more salt. A little bit of extra salt doesn't hurt, actually. It's kind of like a potato. You always seem to have to salt it more. Ooh. I'm not even kidding. Those are actually delicious. Oh man. Wish I would have cooked more. And there you have it. That's how you cook and forage some wild golden oyster mushrooms. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this content, please consider subscribing, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Delicious.